Okay, welcome back. Let's go ahead and talk about the different flavors of Creative Commons. Now, what Creative Commons is basically, again, it isn't a releasing of one's rights as a content creator or copyright holder, but basically it's copyright at internet speeds, so that when you encounter media on the internet, if it's licensed with Creative Commons, you know immediately how you might reuse the work without having to go through the process of contacting lawyers and making communications and playing phone tag. So here are the four different symbols for the Creative Commons when it's licensed work. Is you have the little man, you have the equal sign, you have the dollar sign slashed out, and then you have the upside down, looks like an upside down C. So the first one, the little man, basically, if you see this symbol, then that particular work requires that you give attribution to where you got the work from, so that, again, others can. It's basically kind of the buzz machine, is that you obviously, if you are sharing a work on the internet and you have this particular symbol, then the expectation is that if this song, photograph, whatever, is being used, being repurposed, then you need to have an attribution as to where the piece came from. Then the next one that's most obvious is the non-commercial use, and so you have that little arrow crossed out, and so that if someone was to take the work and reuse it, then they could go ahead and post it on a website, for example. But what they could not do is put it into a book and then sell the book, making it a commercial product. If that were the case, then the second user would need to go back to the person licensing under Creative Commons and get permission. Then it becomes very much like copyright all over again, because the person wants to use it in a way that the person's licensing it under Creative Commons is not allowing for. The equal sign is no derivative works. So basically, if you have a no derivative works symbol on your work, then you are allowing others to use the work, but they can't change it. So if it's a color photograph and it's being used by someone else, then it needs to stay as a color photograph. It can't be changed. And so that's the no derivative works symbol. The backwards or underline symbol is a share alike, and this is a very unique kind of internet sort of thing. Is the idea is that if I licensed it Creative Commons with this particular symbol, and now obviously and you go ahead and repurpose it and use it in your work, then you can't turn around and sell the work or license the work in a way different from the way that you originally got it from me. So if I give you a photograph, allow you to use a photograph, and you want to basically it's paying forward. Is the idea is how you got it is how you have to share it out. And so if I said non-commercial and you want to make money on it, then you obviously need to go, then it reverts back to the reverts back to the copyright mode of doing things. And so ultimately you do not need to use all four symbols. You can use any assortment of symbols, from attribution, no derivative works, attribution, no derivative works, non-commercial, attribution, non-commercial, share alike, and so forth and so on. Basically having 11 different combinations of how Creative Commons could be used. And again, Creative Commons does carry the weight of law. The most famous case that I'm aware of is Adam Curry of MTV fame had posted images of his family on Flickr under Creative Commons, and under Creative Commons no commercial use. And some of the tabloid newspapers in the UK, where he was living at the time, decided to pull images from his Flickr account and use it in a story that they were writing about his family. And although he wanted to sue them as sleazebags, he couldn't sue them as sleazebags because it was within their rights to be sleazebags. But what he could do is sue them because they used the images in their magazine and then sold the magazine as a commercial product. And he had posted it as non-commercial use. And so they were sued and they had to pay reparations for the usage of those images. So Here's a case where Creative Commons does express the idea that copyright, fair use, Creative Commons, this whole arena is a moving target. It's a variable kind of a thing. So we need to recognize the black and whites that we've been talking about in the previous episodes, but to try to take advantage and move in a direction that's constructive and is helpful for the usage of media to the copyright holder and to the people trying to use the materials for new types of creation. So again, it recognizes that there is this place in between traditional copyright, all rights restricted, and public domain where the content creator has no rights whatsoever. It's just out there in the public. Somewhere in the middle, Creative Commons is one of these sorts of solutions where we're trying to get copyright recognition, but at internet speeds. Okay, so what I would like you to do now is to go ahead and take a look at the TED Talk by Larry Lessig talking about remix culture. And then if you have any comments or questions, then please feel free to let's extend the dialogue and using the chat feature, the comments feature in this blog post. And hopefully you've gained something from this these sessions, a little bit more respect for copyright, an understanding of the slight loophole that is presented with fair use, and then the ultimate possibilities that are available using things like Creative Commons. Again, hope that you've enjoyed these sessions, and if you have any comments, please feel free to use the comment section or email me at edm613@me.com. I will talk to you later. Enjoy.